Well, good evening from Tynecastle, where tonight Scotland's Under-21s take on the Under-21s of Lithuania in their Euro 2021 qualifying campaign. Scott Gemmell side looking to make it 3 wins from 3 in this campaign so far, and we caught up with him ahead of kick-off to get his thoughts ahead of the game.
Scott, it's been 2 wins out of 2 so far in the campaign. How's preparations been this week?
Yeah, training's been good. Like you said, the performances last month were really good, really strong. The players showing they can be trusted to play, that they've got the intelligence to play, the willingness to do the work that you have to do to win these games. So big test for them again tonight, another hurdle for them to get over.
You've got a couple of players back from injury. Any other sort of things to expect from the team today?
Yeah, I think they need to show that the performance is full of energy. The Lithuanian team are very well organised, very well coached. They've had 2 strong performances away from home in Czech and in Greece. So it's going to be a really high-level game. I think it's going to be almost like a Scottish Cup tie, to be honest. I think it's going to be really fast, loads of tackles, loads of second balls. So you have to win the battle and then show that we're good enough to break them down.
Cheers, Scott.
Thank you.
Well, top spot in this group qualifies automatically for the championships, and despite a positive start, 2 wins on the bounce, still plenty of time to go in this qualifying campaign. 10 games overall Scotland will need to play to get to the final tournament, but a good start, as I said. Scotland 2-0 winners over San Marino on the opening day. An own goal and a Glenn Middleton goal gave Scotland all 3 points in that one. And what about that win last time out? Croatia going 1-0 up 10 minutes into that game, but 2 goals in the last 10 minutes from Aberdeen's Conor McLennan, giving Scotland all 3 points. 6 points from a possible 6, and they'll certainly be hoping to make that 9 from 9 tonight. You can see the group there. Greece on top of Scotland on goal difference. Greece in action at the moment against Czech Republic, and we'll see tonight their game will have a big bearing on where Scotland end the table at the end of the night. Second spot also has a chance of getting to the championships as well, because they go into a playoff. The best placed second placed team go automatically into the championships. Then there's a playoff between the last 8 remaining sides. If we have a look at the team lineups for tonight, the team that Scott Gemmell thinks can get them all 3 points here at Tynecastle, and it's a very strong and a very experienced looking lineup there. Ross McCrory captaining the side tonight, his 15th appearance at under-21 level, but that's actually bettered by Motherwell's Alan Campbell. 18 appearances now, that'll be at under-21 level, and Fraser Hornby leading the line. He's in great form for the under-21s. 6 goals in 10 games at this level. Well, plenty of experience on and off the pitch for Scotland so far, and they'll be hoping that tonight is the night where they can go top of this group. Lots to play for. And the Lithuanian side, well, they're captained by Titus Krapikas, who's in goal for them tonight, and they've got a strike duo of Justanis Marazas and Edgaras Dubikas as well, the 2 men that will be looking to grab the goals for Lithuania tonight. Well, an exciting match ahead here at Tynecastle tonight. Delighted to say I'm joined by a man who knows youth football in Scotland very well. He works for Hamilton Academicals. Marcus, thank you for joining us. Excited for this one?
Yeah, definitely, Andrew. It's going to be a good game. Boys are all up for it, so I'm sure it'll be hopefully a victory, Scotland.
Well, a couple of players I'm sure you've got a vested interest there tonight, especially Lewis Smith, who's on the bench tonight, someone that you've worked very closely with in the past.
Yeah, know Lewis very well, worked with him very well. He's a great kid, and hopefully comes off the bench and gets another appearance for Scotland Under-21s.
Well, Lithuania's record so far in this group, they started off well. They had a 3-0 win against San Marino on the opening day. They have played a game more than Scotland as well, because they went on to play the Czech Republic, a 2-0 loss away from home, and they've actually played all 3 of their games away from home so far. This is their 4th away match, a strange quirk of these qualifying campaigns, that they're not mixed about very well, but their last game, a 1-0 defeat away to Greece. So 3 points for them in their opening games. And the way it's going for Scotland, things are looking up. Plenty of time to go. And Marcus, when we have a look at that Scotland starting lineup, anyone in there that particularly excites you?
Yeah, Lewis Ferguson, I really enjoy watching Lewis. It might sound like I'm being biased again, Tackies. I'm not. Obviously, he's now an Aberdeen player, and he's a great talent, and I'm sure he's knocking on the door of the first team Scotland as well. So,
and that's something when you look at the Scotland lineup, especially so many players in there that have a lot of first team experience. You've got the likes of Ross McCrory, who played 30 games for Rangers overall last season, now on loan at Portsmouth. Ryan Porteous back fit, he's a mainstay in that Hibs team when he's at full fitness. Alan Campbell, loads of appearances for Motherwell. Lewis Ferguson, another one who's a mainstay in that Aberdeen side. So you'd think with the experience that these players have got, an occasion like this certainly shouldn't faze them.
No, definitely. These boys, they're playing first team football, so they understand how big and how important these games can be. And it's Tynecastle. Most of the boys have played here. It's a fantastic pitch. It's a great stadium, and they'll be relishing it. Yeah.
I mean, you look at that bench as well. Maybe some guys that haven't had as much first team experience at club level, but guys that clubs across the country are looking to as ones for the future. There's the likes of Lewis Smith at Hamilton, who's made his breakthrough this season. Conor McLennan had a starring role in that Under-21s fixture against Croatia last time out, and a few other guys in there, the likes of Stephen Kelly and Ewan Henderson, who are benefiting from loan experience as well, which is vital when players are playing at this level.
No, definitely. You've got Robbie McCrory as well, he's a great talent. He's been at Greenock Morton, he's at Queen of the South now. Big tall boy, good goalkeeper, so yeah, plenty of boys on that bench that are ready as well.
It's always interesting when you go into games like this, because the coaches and the managers can do as much research as they like into their opposition, but there's only so much information you can really get on the under-21 sides of the likes of Lithuania and the other teams in the group that Scotland are coming up against, the likes of San Marino and Greece. And it can be in the first 10 to 20 minutes of these games that everyone's sort of easing themselves in, get to know their opponents. It can maybe be some edgy stages in those games, but an early goal could be absolutely vital.
Early goals are always vital in any game, I think, Andrew. And you've seen last night with the under-19s, they went 2-0 up and drew 2 each, so it's very easy to underestimate opponents.
We have a look at the conditions at the moment as we wait for the teams to emerge from the tunnel, and there is a bit of light rain, which a lot of players don't mind at this point. A stadium like Tynecastle, you're quite sheltered from the wind as well, but the pitch was a concern for some in the early stages of this season. I know there was a concert that was held on the pitch that aesthetically it didn't look too pleasing, but it's been weeks and weeks since that happened. It's now completely recovered and it's looking in good nick at the moment.
No, definitely, yeah. You've seen the images in social media, and it did look bad, but we were here a couple of weeks ago with Aki's 3 weeks ago, and it was looking good. It's even better now. It was looking fantastic, so what a stage.
Well, here we go. I'll give you a run through of that Scotland team again as we wait for them to emerge from the tunnel. It's Ross Doohan in goal. It's a back four of Ross McCrory, Ryan Porteous, George Johnson and Daniel Harvey. The midfield three, Lewis Ferguson, Alan Campbell and Billy Gilmore, and providing the width, Kyle Magennis and Glenn Middleton, with Fraser Hornby up top. The substitutes, Robbie McCrory, Patrick Redding, Barry Maguire, Lewis Smith, Tom McIntyre, Conor McLennan, Stephen Kelly and Ewan Henderson. That is the side that Scott Gemmell is expecting to go out and get a result tonight. We are meant to just be a couple of minutes away from kick-off, but the team's still in the tunnel. A slight delay on this one before they come out and we get to the national anthems, but there is a crowd that have turned up that are looking forward to this one tonight, and here we are, the teams making their way onto this Tynecastle pitch, and this is the moment that the players will be getting hyped up and ready for it, Marcus.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder what goes through their heads at that moment in time when you're walking out for your country. It doesn't matter what level, it must be a great feeling.
Yeah, when the national anthem booms out of the tannoy system as well, I'm sure it will be a moment that many of these players, well, many of them have experienced before at this level and at younger levels, and many of them will dream of making that step up to the senior squad as well tonight. Of course, the senior squad in action tonight as well. A big game for them against Russia as they look to carry some momentum through these group stages and into the playoffs next year, and that is something that I'm sure will be on all these players' minds, that they want to go out and impress. But first of all, we will go to the national anthem, starting with Lithuania. And next up, the national anthem for Scotland. Well, the scene is set, the national anthems are done, and it's time to get the action underway. Scotland Under-21s against Lithuania Under-21s here under the lights at Tynecastle. Plenty to get excited about as we have another look at the team lineups. Well, Marcus, when you have a look at that Scotland lineup, it looks like a very industrious midfield three. Alan Campbell, Lewis Ferguson, Billy Gilmore, three guys that certainly have good experience in these Scotland youth levels.
Oh, definitely. Alan Campbell as well seems to be doing very well at Motherwell. Lewis Ferguson at Aberdeen, you've got Glenn Middleton at... Listen, the list goes on. This is a real group of talent that we've got in front of us.
Fraser Hornby will be looking to grab the goals tonight up top, and he'll be helped by Glenn Middleton and Kyle McGuinness in those wide areas. Two guys that have played a lot of football over the past season and a bit.
Yeah, Kyle's doing well at St Mirren. Fraser Hornby as well. Fantastic talent. He's scored plenty of times before, so he'll be looking to add to his tally, definitely.
That is the side Scott Gemmell is going with tonight. We'll have a look at the Lithuanian lineup tonight. It looks as if it's a 4-4-2 for them tonight. I'm sure you're familiar with many of those names. Marcus, it'll be the captain, Titus Krapakis, that is leading the team for them tonight, and it looks like a dual strike force for them. Justanas Marazas and Edgaras Dubikas are the two up top. Our referee tonight is Krzysztof Jakubik from Poland, and his Polish officials as well.
He's got the first touch of the ball.
Well, the players just limbering up, moments away from kick-off. Fraser Hornby there, who will be chasing down a record tonight. It's a big ask, but if he manages to score a hat-trick tonight, he will become the all-time leading goal scorer at Scotland Under-21 level. And it's not taken him long to do it. 10 games, 6 goals for Scotland's Under-21s, and he's in good form at the moment, and that's something he'll definitely be chasing.
That'd be a great thing to have to your name, wouldn't it?
We are underway here at Tynecastle. Scotland Under-21s against Lithuania's Under-21s, and a chance for Scotland to continue their 100% record in this group. And Lithuania just playing it out from the back. Krapakis, the goalkeeper, getting some early touches. Playing that one into midfield. They're looking comfortable on the ball so far as it goes long. Tries to be flicked on there, but it's headed away, and now McGuinness plays that one through. There's too much on it for Fraser Hornby.
Hornby was looking lively there. It just didn't quite get to him.
And Krapakis not wanting to play this one short, despite passing around the back just moments ago. He wants to send this one long into the Scotland half. And it'll be headed away by Porteous, and then again by Daniel Harvey of Ayr United. And the ball not seeing a lot of time on the deck so far, but a chance here for Glenn Middleton to try and get it down, but he's just robbed of it as Uzela clears that one long. Scotland, a main feature of the Under-19s last night was the way they pressed Belarus, especially in that midfield, and it's a feature of all these young Scotland teams. They don't want to give opposition a lot of time on the ball as it comes through to Fraser Hornby here, and he's onside. And well, he maybe thought he didn't have as much time as he did because he tried to cut that one back, but maybe had the chance, Marcus, to come back in onto his right foot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he thought that someone was there on his right hand side to just kind of put it in, but nice to see that there's positivity at the start and boys are underway. So
we can see a replay of that one. It was misjudged there by the Lithuanian defence, but it was maybe a bit rash in his decision making there, Fraser Hornby. But he's in good form at the moment, not just for the under-21s but for his club as well. He's out on loan at Kortrijk in Belgium from Everton and got his first 2 goals for the club at the weekend in a 4-0 win. 3 appearances and 2 goals at club level for him, and he'll be hoping to keep that run going here at Tynecastle tonight.
No, definitely.
Billy Gilmore standing over this free kick. He's floated one in, but that is right on top of Krapikas in the Lithuania goal, and he goes for the long throw as Scotland try to regroup. It's headed away well. Gilmore, great feat from Billy Gilmore as he gets away from the Lithuanian midfield. Ross McCrory, who's captained this under-21 side many times. A great touch from Kyle Magennis inside there, drives into the box, tries to play it across, but it's a good sliding challenge there by Megalitis. But positive signs there from Scotland.
Well, definitely, he looked very, very fast. He's very good in his feet, Magennis, so he was under pressure there and he handled it very well.
We can play a range of positions. Kyle Magennis, we've seen him play in the centre of the park for St Mirren, operating out in a wide position today, and certainly looks comfortable there in the opening stages as Billy Gilmore goes to line up his second corner of the game. Floated in and it's gone to the back post, headed back across, up in the air, and there's a chance for Fraser Hornby in the 6-yard box, but it just came at him while his feet were planted just too high for the striker. But an early sign of goal, a half chance.
No, definitely they've looked lively from the start. It's clear to see that Scotland's been dominating the first 3 minutes, but it is very early stages, Andrew.
Yeah, well, it's early stages in this game and early stages in the qualifying campaign as well. Still 8 games to go, including this one in the qualifying campaign. But if Scotland can grab that 3rd win in a row tonight, what that would do for not only their position in the group but for the confidence of these under-21 players and Scott Gemmell as well, as Krapikas goes for the long kick out to this near side. Comes back to him probably quicker than he expected. Another long ball forward. Megalitis just getting his defenders involved now. Uzela. Over to Stokunas, who tries to play it inside, but that's well won in the midfield. But George Johnson is dragged down there in the middle of the park. The man who plies his trade at Feyenoord, and it's always encouraging to see young Scottish players who want to make that jump and go abroad and broaden their horizons.
No, definitely. You've seen it with Ollie Burke as well, going over to Germany a few years ago, and it must be good because they're learning a different style of football, and it must help them adapt.
Kyle Magennis trying to cause some more problems on this right hand side, but this time he was crowded out as Ross McCrory now goes to take this throw in. He goes back to Ryan Porteous. Good to see Ryan Porteous back out playing as well. Had a bad injury at the start of this year, underwent knee surgery, spent the whole second half of last season on the injury table after that, but he's back playing and he's back in the Hibs team and he's back in the score sheet as well because he scored against Aberdeen at the weekend, and he'll be keen to get back out there in a national shirt as well and show what he can do as Scotland get their 3rd corner of the game. One that I'm sure Ryan Porteous and George Johnson will be interested in as they make their way into the box. It's gone short to Billy Gilmore, who tries to find Kyle Magennis there. Just a switch up and corner taker was Billy Gilmore for the first 2, but he wanted the ball to feet that time. McCrory to Gilmore, trying to squeeze it through there, but was unable to. And a chance here for the Lithuanians to break forward. It was Jankauskis there who was fouled. taken down by Billy Gilmore.
Yeah, he looked lively there, Gilmore. I don't think he meant to clip him, but when you go for the ball, sometimes that just happens.
Yeah, well, he seemed eager to try and get that one back after his pass hadn't quite worked. Maybe guilty of overcompensating a wee bit to try and get the ball back. But Lithuania will have the chance to start again as they go for a long ball over the top down this left-hand side, but it skids off the wet surface, and that will go out for a goal kick and a chance for Ross Doohan to get his first touch of the match.
It kind of says it all, doesn't it? Nearly 7 minutes in, Scotland goalkeeper completely untested as of yet.
Well, it was a similar story last night. If you watched the Scotland Under-19s play against Belarus's Under-19s, a very strong start from them last night. Unfortunately, the Belarusian side did manage to make their way back into that game, but a strong start here from the Under-21s, imposing themselves on the game, just looking to create that first real chance on goal as Doohan plays it forward, and it's taken down by Fraser Hornby, who is a real physical presence up there, but it's a nice ball. It's a chance here for Magennis to try and break through the lines, but he's won a throw in. McCrory now. To take Gilmore. Porteous linking up with his centre-back partner George Johnson. He's tried to play that through to Glenn Middleton on that left-hand side, but it's intercepted. And maybe a chance here. Lithuania getting numbers forward. Scotland trying to regroup. It's a cross in. Wasn't going towards the box, cleared by Ross McCrory. And Daniel Harvey just happy to get that one as far away from the Scotland box as possible.
Yeah, just avoid the danger area. I think it's better to play safe. They don't want to start giving Doohan a bit of a jinx after we've just spoke about it. So, yeah.
Throw in to be taken by Stokinas out on Lithuania's right hand side, and we battle in the air. Billy Gilmore coming away with it, and Doohan now with time and space to pick the right option, and that option is into the Lithuania half. Fraser Hornby likes an aerial challenge, and he won that one, but Scotland unable to hold on to it. But it's well dealt with. The combination of George Johnson and Ryan Porteous play that one back to the goalkeeper. And in these early stages of the game, when you're still maybe sussing out your opponents, it's better to slow things down and just assess what your options are.
Both teams will still be trying to settle Andrew as well, you know. I think the Lithuanian guys will bring them in and frustrate Scotland a little bit.
Well, a foul there on the number 19, Sesplaukis. But he's up quickly, and Lithuania get the ball back in play, back to Krapikas, the Lithuania captain for tonight. And well, an aimless ball really that Ryan Porteous has managed to take down. Great feet from Ryan Porteous as well to take that by his man, and not only that, he's found Fraser Hornby with the pass. He thought about lining up a shot there, but it's come to Kyle Magennis. Got a good shape on the cross, just no Scotland bodies able to get onto it. Alan Campbell battling well as the ball comes back out. Now Daniel Harvey to Glenn Middleton. Not seen too much of the ball so far, the Rangers man who's on loan at Hibs at the moment. Lithuania trying to break away, but it goes out for a throw-in. Well, you can already see Marcus, the way that when the ball gets put up to Fraser Hornby, good with the ball at his feet, but he does love that aerial battle and a physical battle as well.
He's a big boy and he is very physical, yeah. You've nailed it in the head. He does love a battle. I think he loves a challenge. I don't think he's the type of player that likes the ball just to fall to his feet. Likes to work for it, and it's promising to see.
Plenty of goals in his game at the moment as well. Scotland win a throw-in on that far side. Daniel Harvey to take, the 21-year-old, making his eighth appearance at under-21 level. He's been a mainstay in that Ayr United side since the start of last season. Came through the youth system at Aberdeen. and really flourished in his time under Ian McCall. Porteous with space. Billy Gilmore dropping deep. Wanted to try and dictate things, but the pass wasn't on, and neither was that for Lithuania. But Billy Gilmore just a wee bit slack in the midfield there when trying to create something, trying to spread that ball out to Glenn Middleton, but couldn't quite connect with it properly.
Yeah, he just didn't lift the ball enough there. It just went straight to the Lithuanian player's feet, but it's not the type of mistake you'll see from Billy Gilmore much.
Chance for Fraser Hornby to get up once again, and Lithuania do come away with it, and Alan Campbell gets his body in the way, something he does so well for Motherwell. One of these players always feeling that sort of John McGinn type mould that uses their body so well, as Glenn Middleton does fantastically well on that left hand side to squeeze in between a couple of Lithuania defenders, but his shot is deflected and into that stand behind the goal. But it will be another Scotland corner.
That was fantastic play there from Alan Campbell. As you said, great physical strength to Glenn Middleton and nice wee twist and turn, but corner nevertheless.
Glenn Middleton already has one goal in this qualifying campaign so far. He scored in the opening game, a 2-0 win against San Marino. Wasn't quite to be for him here as he lines up to take the corner. And well, arriving at pace was George Johnson, but he was unable to get his head on it. But there is another chance for Scotland. Billy Gilmore just passing it out to Alan Campbell, who skips by a couple of men, and it's a good ball to Glenn Middleton. Tries to get it into that 6-yard box, but it's crowded in there just moments after the corner. Scotland seeing a lot of the ball at the moment in good areas, and it's a good header down by Porteous, and it drops to Fraser Hornby. And that, I think you can say, is Scotland's first real chance of the game, dropping to Fraser Hornby, not far away from the 6-yard box. It was maybe just too tight to his body as it dropped down to him. Couldn't quite sort his feet out in time as it was flicked on by Ryan Porteous. And the goalkeeper, Krapickas, came rushing out and stopped it well.
It was a great opportunity. I don't think he'll be as frustrated with that because he knows that there'll be more chances that will come.
Gilmore. Well, it's a great ball in, and oh, that's a good double save. It looked as if from Krapickas. He had to get in there because the header was certainly going on target. And it was Ryan Porteous at that back post who rose well and really troubled the goalkeeper for the first time in this match.
Very good double save there. I think a little fingertip at the end maybe just going in, Andrew.
We see that again. He put his right hand up first of all, tipped it up the way, just got the contact away from it and put it to safety. As Gilmore puts this one in at the back post, and once again a back post header won by Ryan Porteous. But this time a foul is given against the Hibs defender. Applies his trade at the other side of Edinburgh. Certainly promising signs so far from Scotland, especially in these last few moments. Fraser Hornby having a shot saved and a Ryan Porteous header having to be tipped over the bar.
That's very promising. It's only 15 minutes in and already Scotland could have been 2-0 up, so yeah, very encouraging. Lithuania
here looking to create a chance of their own, as it's Jasnauskas who curls one in. Great shape on that cross, very dangerous looking as well across the 6-yard box, but there was just no one attacking it there for Lithuania. But the first time that they've had any real promise in that final third, and the ball just evading the Scotland defence and the Lithuanian attack.
Yeah, if that ball fell to Dubicus' feet, we might have been in trouble, but it just went past him, so yeah, we're very lucky there.
Ross Doohan to fire this one into the Lithuania half. It's headed back in his direction. Porteous helps that one away. Alan Campbell up well. Looks as if he was fouled there. Took a sore one. But he's not the type of player to stay down, Alan Campbell.
He's a strong boy, isn't he? He likes to go into these challenges with everything he's got. I'm just hoping that he's not picked up something there.
A long ball from Daniel Harvey there. It was headed back in the Scotland direction, and it was just the landing really that maybe took the wind out of him a bit. Looks in a bit of discomfort there, Alan Campbell. I'm sure he'll be determined to battle on. I can give you the latest score from the other game that's going on in this group at the moment. Czech Republic are drawing 1-1 at home to Greece. Greece with an early sending off in that game. They actually then took the lead just before half time. A penalty for them, but just recently, in the last minute or so, there's been an equaliser for Czech Republic. So if Greece drop points, that gives Scotland a good opportunity to go top of this group in the opening 3 matches of the campaign, as Alan Campbell is helped off the park by the physios there. He looks a bit winded, but he looks as if he will be able to continue as Scotland get play back underway.
He's been a crucial part, Alan Campbell, so far. I think you've seen that when the ball's been falling in the middle, and that physicality that's been needed, he's been there, so that's not a loss Scotland need.
Well, real experience Alan Campbell has as well. Just 21 years of age, and he's so close to that 100 game mark for Motherwell, which is a big achievement. Also the most experienced player in this squad in terms of under-21 caps, his 18th tonight. So he knows what this level is all about. McCrory back to Porteous. Wants to spread that one long, but there's just too much on it. It goes over the head of his Hibs teammate Glenn Middleton.
Little clap there from Middleton to encourage the boys on. It's always good, it's always promising to see.
I think you like the idea, Glenn Middleton, just the execution wasn't quite there in the early stages of this game. Kaimogenis getting the ball away from Jankauskis there, but the Lithuanian recovers well and just puts off the St Mirren man enough to win a throw-in. Should be taken by Belasius. Ross McCrory getting up well, and Billy Gilmore doing the same. Fraser Hornby just taking the ball in there. He felt he was fouled, and our referee from Poland, Krzysztof Jakubik, thought the same.
He just pulled him down there a bit as he was trying to do the turn. Clear foul, so
that's a real part of his game, Fraser Hornby, that he likes to get the ball into feet, he likes to hold it up and bring others into play, and when you've got the likes of Kaimogenis and Glenn Middleton in those wide areas, he'll certainly be benefiting from that. Billy Gilmore curls one in. Good shape on it as it falls to Fraser Hornby, who holds his man off well. It's now Kaimogenis who spreads it out to George Johnson, and it's clipped back in. A great delivery by George Johnson, and it's fallen into the back post for Glenn Middleton, whose right-footed strike goes over the bar. A real chance there for Scotland. Glenn Middleton, it came at him quickly, but just unable to hit the target.
Yeah, he's looking a wee bit frustrated there. Very good opportunity.
Yeah, always hard when the ball comes to you and it's bouncing up the way, but it was the only way he was able to hit it there. It was a good delivery from that right-hand side by George Johnson, who, as a centre-back, I'm sure he'll be quite pleased with that ball into the box. And once again, Fraser Hornby getting up there and flicking it on, causing the Lithuanian defence problems.
I think that speaks volumes of Scott Gemmell's side, that your centre-backs are potentially assisting goals. So, Andrew, it's a promising thing.
The referee just telling the Lithuanian players to calm down there. Weren't happy with the decision. Down on this near side to give Scotland a throw-in. Scotland take it and are back underway. Porteous, we've seen a lot of the ball so far. Billy Gilmore trying to impose himself as well. Magenis tried to play it back into the path of the Chelsea youngster, was unable to. Lithuania trying to come away. Antonovicius, his ball not finding a yellow shirt. Campbell back to Daniel Harvey. Porteous clipping that ball over to this right-hand side now. And once again, the centre-backs very comfortable on the ball. Two of them happy to take it in and have a look around. See who's free. Doing clips it forward to Ross McCrory. A good touch by Ross McCrory. Just got away from him though. Once again, evidence of the ball just skidding off this wet surface. But maybe the type of conditions that the forward players will like. Might get an opportunity through the ball, just taking an extra bounce or bouncing off a player.
Yeah, the ball runs a lot faster, doesn't it, when it's wet, so it might just slip through the defence and onto Hornby's feet.
Well, I think Scotland will be feeling a bit more confident about this group than they were in the last Euro qualifying group. They were in some very tough opponents there, the likes of England, the Netherlands, Ukraine as well. Scotland finishing 4th in that qualifying campaign on 14 points, 4 wins, 2 draws and 4 losses. But you think the top seeds, Croatia, the real threat in this group. Scotland doing very well, and what seeding wise is the toughest game in this group, away to Croatia last time out, getting that win. And not only is it good value in points, but good value in confidence for these players. But chances few and far between so far, as Alan Campbell just unable to thread that ball through to Lewis Ferguson, who hasn't seen much of the ball so far. Lewis Ferguson.
Yeah, he's been fairly quiet. Somebody I thought it would be lively straight away, but you know, it is still early on into the game. I think just because we've been watching Scotland getting the attacking play that we've felt the game's been going on a bit longer than it actually has.
A throw in here to be taken by Stakunas of Lithuania. It goes long, but it's headed away by George Johnson, taken down by Glenn Middleton. Tries to find that pass inside to Billy Gilmore, but it evades him and quite a few others. And the ball just skidding off the number 10 Dubikas there, and gives Daniel Harvey a chance to find a Scotland shirt. Ferguson back to Campbell. Porteous now space to drive into. He finds Ross McCrory. Very versatile player, Ross McCrory. We've seen him play at centre back early in his career, and when he was a youngster at Rangers, has been deployed as a right back for Scotland and Portsmouth at this season as well. But central defensive midfield seems to be the position that Steven Gerrard thinks that he will have his long-term success in.
He's actually had a brief spell in goals as well before his brother for Rangers.
Very true.
So yeah, he's done it all.
I'm not sure he'll be looking to get the gloves on again anytime soon. Leave that to Robbie McCrory, who's on the bench tonight. Another product of the Rangers youth system. Robbie, of course, on loan at Queen of the South at the moment. He's made 6 appearances for the under-21s as well. Plenty of experience at this level. Ross Doohan with the nod tonight, just edging ahead on under-21 appearances. He's now on 7 as Kyle McGuinness steps over the ball and tries to get past his man, and does. A good physical battle in there, but the ball is cleared. And Malasius wasn't happy there. He felt that he'd been dragged down by Kyle McGuinness. Porteous just sending that one back to Ross Doohan. Went in the direction of Glenn Middleton. Scotland will have a chance to throw this one in. But these under-21 qualifiers are a great platform, Marcus, for players that want to go on and make their senior appearances, because there's plenty of players who played in the last campaign who have gone on to make their senior debut, the likes of Scott McKenna, the likes of John Souter, Ollie McBurney, Ollie Burke, players that are involved in this current Scotland squad as well. So these are certainly the types of players that this current group will be looking up to and using as inspiration, as Ross McCrory curls one in. But it's headed away. Lewis Ferguson with a chance to bring this one forward. McCrory, left-footed, in towards Fraser Hornby, who takes it down well, and it's Alan Campbell with a chance here, but it goes straight to Krapikas. The referee not happy with the battle that was going on there between Fraser Hornby and his centre-back opposition, but wasn't up for giving a free kick or a penalty, either way. As I was saying there, Marcus, plenty of promising signs for these players, with the ones that have gone on to make their senior debut.
Definitely, and I think this is probably, most recently, the under-21 side. There's a lot of first-team boys in there that are playing first-team football for their own team. So, yeah, there's a lot of talent there, and lots of boys that definitely will play for the national team one day.
McCrory now, lots of space down this right-hand side as Kyle Magenis in front of him breaks his neck to get in a good position, and that's surely a foul there by Edgaras Dubikas. Slid in late on Ross McCrory. Just a ticking off though from the referee. But a chance for Scotland in this deep area to get a ball into the box. But McCrory, despite the fact he's maybe more used to being a central player, isn't scared to stride forward in those wide areas and try and create and link up with the wingers.
He's great at adapting, isn't he? He's been fantastic when he's been in at right back, and obviously playing at Portsmouth as well. He's playing there as well. So
Scotland thinking about taking that one quickly. Middleton actually free out on this right hand side, but Billy Gilmore's going to put this one into the mix up as Krapikas comes out, and it's a brave punch. He does well to stop any Scotland players getting on that one. It was Ryan Porteous that was closest to it, as the ball is put back in towards the path of Porteous, and it's now Fraser Hornby who was caught in between two centre-backs, and well, Ryan Porteous went down there and he felt that he had a decent claim, but the referee not interested in that one as Lithuania try to come forward. Scotland looking to reset, and he deems that one a foul. Lewis Ferguson just taking out Davidas Sisplaukis. Well, a penalty shout there for Scotland. Fraser Hornby going down, and he was in between the two players, Ryan Porteous. He went down. And then the foul at the other end.
Scotland penalty call. I'm not sure if it was really clipped him there, but
well, play went on, and now Lithuania have a chance from a dangerous position, around 30 yards from goal. The Scotland wall in place. Lithuania putting a wall just in front of them. It's one of the new rules that players can't be in the opposition wall. As the ball is flicked in, it's got good shape on it towards that back post, but it's well defended by Daniel Harvey. Just got his body in the right position and made sure that Kloniunas couldn't get his foot in at the back post.
He was going for it as well, but that was good defending there by Harvey.
McCrory wins the ball back for Scotland. Gilmore, first time from Magenis, just unable to find either Lewis Ferguson or Fraser Hornby. It's a challenge there from George Johnston. Krzysztof Jakubik, well, there's a yellow card that's come out first of all there for a Lithuanian player. That was for dissent. Megalitis not happy with that challenge. He made his feelings clear and he was booked. And Ryan Porteous, it was with the tackle. Doesn't like shying away from challenges, Ryan Porteous, but that one crossed the line according to the referee as we see it back here, and he was just late.
I think that's exactly what it is. He was just late. I don't think there was any intent in there, but he's took the man down as a free kick.
He does like the physical side of the game, Ryan Porteous, but he will be walking a tightrope for the rest of the game. Around an hour remaining of this one. As Lithuania clip the ball into the box. It's not bad looking, a chance for them to get a chance in the box there. Dubikas it was that got up and was unchallenged when he jumped, and maybe should have done better with that one.
Yeah, it was an opportunity for them. Scotland actually for the first time looked a wee bit scrappy at the back.
Well, George Johnson did try and go up with him, but Dubikas was up there first, held him off well, but he just couldn't direct that header on target. and give Ross Doohan some work to do. Scotland unable to get the breakthrough in this one so far. Two best chances for them coming. The first from Fraser Hornby, his shot saved around 8 yards out, and then from the resulting corner, Ryan Porteous, his header was tipped over the bar by the goalkeeper. Glenn Middleton firing one over as well. Lithuania have had the ball, whipped into the box in some dangerous areas, but the final touch hasn't been there to really trouble Ross Doohan, who clips the ball forward towards Kyle Magenis. McCrory, that's flicked on towards Fraser Hornby, who goes down, and it's going to be a free kick to Scotland. Fraser Hornby thinks that one was in the box, but the referee says no. Jakovic, he runs over. If we have a look at this one again, it was flicked on well by Lewis Ferguson. And that is a good decision by the referee, just outside the box. Fraser Hornby looking for a penalty, but it will be a free kick in a dangerous area for Scotland. But once again, Fraser Hornby showing that he can cause trouble with his back to goal.
He's so lively, he just doesn't stop. He's got a mass amount of energy.
He's one of two players in this Scotland squad, three players, sorry, that are playing their football away from the UK. He's at Kortrijk in Belgium. There's also George Johnson at Feyenoord and Jordan Hallsgrove, who's on loan at Atletico Baleares in Spain. As Glenn Middleton lines this one up, and it's a good strike by Glenn Middleton, but it's palmed away by Krapikas, who was given some work to do there.
Yeah, he looked a wee bit frustrated, Glenn Middleton. I think he lined it up perfectly, but Krapikas had to palm it right out of the line.
Well, another test for the Lithuanian goalkeeper wearing the number 12 tonight, but he's dealt with it well again. A lot of power on it from Glenn Middleton, just had to be beaten away. So we have a look at it again. Did well to get it up and over the wall, and he'd made his move to his left-hand side early, the goalkeeper, and that helped as he managed to beat that one away from his goal. Hornby lays that one off, and a real chance here for Scotland. Glenn Middleton, can he find anyone to cut it back to? It's Fraser Hornby, and there's no telling touch in there for Scotland. Another chance for Fraser Hornby, and a bit of an off-the-ball incident after the ball's gone out of play there. The goalkeeper not happy with Fraser Hornby, and I think Fraser Hornby not happy with the goalkeeper either, but another chance there. There will be a yellow card for the Scotland number 9. Another chance there for Scotland.
Need to be really careful, Andrew. That's 2 yellow cards in the first half, and this is what I said to you earlier on. This team will frustrate you.
Oh well, it was Kyle Magenis that was closest to the goalkeeper, but there didn't look to be a lot of contact, and I think that's exactly what Fraser Hornby was saying to the goalkeeper there. He went down holding his head. Seems to have made a quick recovery.
Indeed.
Scott Gemmell there just urging on his players. Around 10 minutes to go until half time. Alan Campbell doing well to find Kyle Magenis. Plays it through to Ross McCrory. Keeps it in, tries to knock it one side of the defender and go the other. But it's shepherded out, which was the wrong choice by Malasius, because he got the last touch, and that will be a Scotland corner.
Another Scotland corner, Andrew, another one, so hopefully something comes out of it.
Well, Billy Gilmore and Glenn Middleton have both had their opportunities to take them. It's going to be Billy Gilmore to take this one into the back post, headed up in the air by Lewis Ferguson.
Just a wee bit too much power on that one.
He quite likes to play those ones in flat, Billy Gilmore. No success from the corner so far. The closest is of course that Ryan Porteous header. Gilmore on the turn back to Campbell. Gilmore now, who of course made his Chelsea debut this season. Came on as a substitute in the league against Sheffield United and started against Grimsby in the EFL Cup. A 7-1 win, earning rave reviews from manager Frank Lampard. A Scottish FA Performance School pupil as well. George Johnson clips that one in the direction of Fraser Hornby. Oh, and that is a sore looking collision at the edge of the box. It's going to be a free kick to Scotland. Lewis Ferguson winning the ball. It was taken out. Doesn't look to be in too much discomfort, thankfully.
Yeah,
a good position here for Scotland.
Replay just now. Oh, the shoulder, I think, Andrew. It caught his face.
Yeah, Lewis Ferguson. Quick complaint to the referee and then up and on with it. Not afraid to put his body on the line there, Lewis Ferguson. As quite a few of the players have shown tonight.
A lot of strong bodies. They don't tend to back down from challenges, these boys.
And well, this is where you see the players that fancy themselves for a shot on goal. Fraser Hornby and Glenn Middleton, the two standing with the biggest intent. Just having a look at Alan Campbell as well, who's standing further back. Lewis Ferguson eyeing up the goalkeeper, taking a position behind the wall, just being told by referee Krzysztof Jakubik. Or will it be Middleton or will it be Fraser Hornby? Hornby to take, and that one's flashed just wide of the Lithuania goal. Trying to get that one round the wall and into the bottom corner, Fraser Hornby, but just unable to get that on the right side of the post.
I think even he's wondering how that never went in. It had the power. It's possibly just about 1.5 feet away from the goalkeeper's post.
Well, looked very focused in his run up there, Fraser Hornby. The goalkeeper never looked too troubled. And Fraser Hornby will stay on 6 goals for the Scotland Under-21s for the time being. He's certainly threatened, a player that we don't see too much of in this part of the world because he is at Everton and on loan in Belgium, but when we have seen him in Scotland Under-21 duty, he's someone that has impressed. Billy Gilmore getting in well. Loses out in the 50-50 challenge though. But the ball's presented to him again, and that is a dive in there, and the referee is not happy with that one. He was rushing over with intent there, the referee, but it's just a yellow card for Antanavicius. He skipped by his man and he dived in. Yellow card. Looks to be the right decision there.
Wasn't winning the ball at all there. I think he knew what he was doing, and that's how he never did an argument with that yellow card.
Well, around 5 minutes to go until half time in this game. Goalless so far. Promising signs from Scotland, but yet to make that breakthrough as Kemogenis can't keep the ball in play. Titus Malacius to take this throw in. As Ross McCrory heads up in the air, it comes back towards him. Magenis wins a throw in of his own. Porteous. Alan Campbell just checking his run backwards there to make sure he was first to the ball. A great ball out by George Johnson there to find Daniel Harvey, who hasn't really had the chance to get in dangerous areas so far. He crosses that one in. Hornby takes it down well, and a strike from distance from Billy Gilmore, and he certainly caught that one well, and he had the goalkeeper scrambling, just unable to get that one on target.
It's also very clever for Hornby. He knew exactly what he was doing, lifting that ball up. Slight chip to Gilmore. Very unfortunate, Scotland.
Well, we've seen in his time for the Scotland youth teams and also for the Chelsea youth teams that He likes to go from distance, Billy Gilmore. He fancies himself from outside the box. That his first effort tonight, just wide of the mark. Go up for an aerial challenge now. And, well, George Johnson has gone down there. The Scotland players don't look happy with that challenge. You could hear the contact from up here on the press gantry. But he's up and running, George Johnson. Just caught a late one, the Feyenoord centre-back. He moved from Liverpool in the summer. Had played in the UEFA Youth League for Liverpool last season, but felt as if a move to the Netherlands was right for his development. Hornby just got a nudge in the back there. It's going to be a free kick to Lithuania. Kyle Magenis adjudged to have taken down Malasius. Now start again quickly. Out to Stokunas, who can't get past Glenn Middleton, and he strides forward well. Glenn Middleton, so good when he's got space in front of him. Can he cut this one across the 6-yard box? He was looking for Fraser Hornby, who was arriving at that back post, but Titus Krapikis gathers up well.
We're missing that wee bit of magic. The play's there, the balls are coming through, but just that, it's the goal.
Promising areas anyway for Scotland. As the challenge goes in there, and the referee's going to go to his pocket once again. Lewis Ferguson it is this time, who's booked. Well, Lewis Ferguson, he was actually sent off at the weekend. It was a strong challenge from the Aberdeen youngster, formerly of Hamilton. It was red he saw at the end of that game against Hibs. A yellow card for him there. Quite a few stoppages in play and fouls. I'd expect to see a wee bit of added time at the end of this first half, as Alan Campbell gets his body in well and finds the advancing Kyle Magenis, who's got Lewis Ferguson out to his right hand side. Back to Magenis, who holds off his man well, tries to cross that one with the left foot, but once again it's gathered up by the Lithuania goalkeeper. And maybe half time will come at the right time for Scotland. Unable to make that breakthrough in these stages. They've looked threatening at times. Maybe a chance for Scott Gemmell to get the players in and put across his ideas to try and get all 3 points for the national side tonight.
They definitely need to stay more disciplined. Don't give another couple of fouls away and more cautions that we don't need. I think it's worth highlighting that the Lithuanian goalkeepers had a good first half, actually.
A couple of good saves from him. He's looked commanding at times as well. Ross doing at the other end. Not much to do so far, which Scott Gemmell I'm sure will be happy with. Looks as if they've got a long throw specialist in their ranks here, Lithuania, as they launch this one into the box. It's headed on, and Kyle Magenis having to try and defend at that back post, and it's eventually cleared by Alan Campbell. Having a long throw specialist is something that just adds another dynamic for Scotland have to defend. They put this one into the box straight away, and the Lithuania player just throws himself to the floor twice there. Scotland defenders not happy with what they saw there, but Lithuania have won a corner out of it.
I think they'll be wanting them booked for diving for that there. 2 attempts, very obvious as well.
You could see how angry Ryan Porteous, Lewis Ferguson and Ross McCrory were there, but a chance here. Megalaitis to play this one in. Scotland maybe with a chance in these final 15 seconds to try and create something, and they've got space ahead of them and they've got numbers. Alan Campbell is onside and he's got men up in support. It's forward to Fraser Hornby, who's fouled. And well, what a time this would be if Scotland were able to nick a goal. It was Alan Campbell who Slowed play down, just flicked it through to Ferguson. Well, we saw him do that in a similar area earlier on, Fraser Hornby, where he faked to go one way, turned the other and won a free kick in a very similar position. Glenn Middleton tested the goalkeeper from that angle. A bit tighter, this one. More likely to send this one into the box, which he does into the back post, but that's not going to trouble the Lithuania defence at all. And that is the half-time whistle here at Tynecastle Park. No breakthrough so far for either side, and it's Scotland 0, Lithuania 0 as the players make their way down the tunnel. Fraser Hornby has looked threatening at times. He's put himself about. Lewis Ferguson was quiet in the early stages. Got a booking late on in the half. Ross doing untested, really, so far in that Scotland goal, which is a positive so far tonight. But just unfortunately for Scotland, Titus Krapakis at the other end hasn't seen the ball go past him. And that's why, as the players go into the changing rooms at half-time, it's Scotland 0, Lithuania 0. Well, plenty of action in that first half to have a quick look over at the half-time break. The first of those was this Ryan Porteous header at the back post. He got up well. There was Lithuania players and Fraser Hornby to contend with. And it was Krapakis who got up well, and here was a chance for Lithuania. That header there from Dubikas, but he was just unable to. And then this time, Fraser Hornby's left-footed effort, unable to get that one on target. And a chance here for Fraser Hornby from the free kick, curling that one just past the Lithuania wall. We see how far this is away from this angle. Not too far away, but the goalkeeper seemed untroubled, and Hornby creating this opportunity for Billy Gilmore towards the end of the half. It had the goalkeeper scrambling over to his right hand side, but unable to test him there. Well, football can help people in more ways than you would expect. The Scottish FA are proud to be working with UEFA and the Jimmy Johnstone Academy Glasgow. Freedom from Torture and Community InfoSource to use the power of football in order to help the integration and rehabilitation of refugees, some of whom are survivors of torture. Take a look at what this involves.
I'm Michael Makansu. I was born in Sierra Leone the 30th of March 1977. I'm proud of Sierra Leonean, but still, difficult out there. I'm here under asylum because of reason best known to me and my family issues in regards to that. So I run for safety for my life,
UEFA got in contact with us about getting refugees into football. Having worked with Jimmy Johnstone Academy for a number of years now and seen the success they've had in various projects, bringing many nationalities and many communities together, they were the ideal fit to take this project forward, where they're based in Glasgow, in the communities within the surrounding area.
Healing Neighbourhood programme is a project in Freedom from Torture. It supports the rehabilitation and integration of survivors of tortures. We have feedback from all our participants. It was really great to hear that they really enjoyed it. They find it really like a place where they can not even just play football. It's a place that they can communicate and build friendship. The football group was not only like just a sport activity. It was a social space, a friendship making. It was also an opportunity to break isolation, to bring communities together, and also to challenge mental health and help with the well-being in the rehabilitation and recovery process.
My organization is a Community InfoSource, and it has started as a community interest company in 2006, and now it has evolved to be a charity. There are 10 different nationalities who are participating in this program. Many people who don't know each other, they were able to know each other, and it is a kind of change for them those people, especially those whom we are bringing, are the people who have passed through some sort of trauma. And when they are coming here, they are mingling with other people as well as they see how the Jimmy Johnson Academy is accommodating them and hosting them, and it gives them a kind of moral boost, and they are telling their friends. So we have got hundreds of calls daily asking us whether there is a possibility that they can join the program.
Abdulrahman Ibrahim.
His name is Abdulrahman Ibrahim.
From Sudan.
From Sudan.
برغم التعب ورغم الشقاوة ورغم التعذيب والمرارة.
Although he suffered from torture and tiredness and sadness from what happened to him.
فنحن الآن بين يديكم يعني سعيدين جدا ومبسوطين ومرتاحين وخاصة برنامج الأخ.
But now
جينيس.
we are in your hands, feel safe and happiness, especially with Jimmy. My name is Baha. I'm from Egypt. I came here in Glasgow a year ago, and I know the project from Freedom from Torture. Actually, I appreciate what they did and what you did. We feel safe now, and we met a lot of people, a lot of friends. And as you know, there is no the football means no language barrier, so we was able to communicate with each other, help each other, and meet each other here every week and enjoy playing football.
Since I'm here, I think the pressure have lifted up my head and all those things. So I'm doing well. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be part and parcel of you guys.
يعني أنا من اسمي سعد العلي.
His name is Saad Al-Ali.
من الكويت.
From Kuwait.
وتعرفت على هذا البرنامج عن طريق منظمة Freedom from Torture.
He knows about this project from Freedom from Torture organization.
تقريبا صار شهر.
Around a month ago.
ولما لما بديت أحضر في هذه البرامج شعرت براحة كبيرة جدا.
When he attended this program, he feels happy and with rest and safety.
خصوصا أنا مر في مرحلة من التعذيب في بلادي.
Especially he was tortured by authorities in his country.
بس الآن بديت أحس أنه أتداخل، بديت أعرف أشخاص كثير وأشعر براحة نفسية خصوصا جوني.
But nowadays he feels safe and he met a lot of friends, especially Jimmy, and he is very happy with meeting these people.
كل الموجودين يعني فعلا أشعر براحة كبيرة.
He felt free and safe and with happiness.
وأنا أشكركم جميعا.
And he thank you all of you about that.
وأتمنى السعادة للجميع.
And he wish happiness for all of you.
Thank you very much.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you.
Jimmy Johnson! What's his name? Jimmy Johnson!
Scotland 0, Lithuania 0, the half-time score here in the Under-21s Euro qualifier. Chances for both sides in that first half. Scotland looking the more imposing side, but unable to get that goal to kick things off so far, and the conditions have worsened a lot with the players in the dressing rooms at half-time. The rain is absolutely teeming down, Marcus.
Yeah, and ever so relevant the song is Why Does It Always Rain On Me, that's playing across Tynecastle right now, Andrew. So yeah, it's not the greatest conditions.
Well, it's something that I'm sure these players, having been brought up in Scotland, a lot of them will be more than used to contending with. What do you think Scott Gemmell will be saying to these players in the changing room at half-time?
I think he'll be encouraging them to keep doing what they're doing and keep having a go. You know, they are the dominant side. They have been attacking more than Lithuania has been even getting the ball, but they need to stay disciplined, and he will be telling them that, because that's 3 yellow cards and it's not so good.
Yeah, Ryan Porteous, Fraser Hornby and Lewis Ferguson in the book for Scotland so far. 2 yellow cards for the opponents as well. Antanavicius and Megalitis both shown yellow cards by referee Krzysztof Jakubik. But plenty to look at in terms of the Scotland bench as well. Robbie McCrory, the backup goalkeeper, he has been in rotation really with Ross Doohan in this under-21 side in recent times, and some players with first team experience as well. You've got Barry Maguire in there, who spent last season out on loan at Queen of the South, now back at Motherwell, back playing football as well. Played a bit of a different role at the weekend as well, stepped out from his normal central defensive role into midfield. You've got the likes of Stephen Kelly and Ewan Henderson, who are really benefiting from loan experience at the moment. Ewan Henderson out on loan from Celtic to Ross County. Stephen Kelly currently playing in the Scottish Championship with Ayr United and doing well. 4 goals for him this season, and whoever is in control of the Tannoy system certainly getting in the swing of things at the moment as Singing in the Rain comes on here at Tynecastle. How do you think these conditions could potentially change things in the second half?
Well, as you said there, these boys that are playing for Scotland have grew up with it. The ball will move faster, it may go in their favour and slip by the Lithuanian defence and right onto Hornby's feet, and then we'll all be singing and dancing in the rain, Andrew.
Well, as you're our Hamilton Academicals correspondent, another man on the bench that we can talk about is Lewis Smith, a man that joined Hamilton at the age of 9, and this has been his real breakthrough season for Hamilton so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. He's been part of Brian Rice's squad since the start of the season. It's been a pleasure actually watching Lewis's development. He got his debut last year. He played in the UEFA Youth League with Hamilton. Let's not forget they got there. But yeah, Lewis has been brilliant. He's been very consistent, and he's played once for the Scotland Under-21s, and I'm sure he'll be hoping to get on again and show how quick he is with that ball at his feet.
Yeah, a very new fixture to Scott Gemmell's side. That's just the second time he's been called up to the squad, and he'll be hoping that he can try and make an impact from the bench tonight. If Scott Gemmell is wanting to shuffle the pack in this one so far, made his Hamilton debut in October last year. Lewis Smith, a player that is not in this under-21 squad because he had to pull out with injury, is Mikey Johnston. He was replaced by Ewan Henderson in the under-21 squad this time round, but he's a player that I'm sure Scott Gemmell will be disappointed not to have at his disposal. He's played plenty of football for Celtic this season at a good level as well, played in Champions League qualifiers, played in Europa League games as well.
And he's scoring goals as well for Celtic, so yeah, he's a big loss today, and I'm sure everyone will be hoping that he gets back soon.
And another name on that bench, Conor McLennan, who is of course the Aberdeen youngster, turned 20 on Saturday, and he's a main reason why Scotland are doing so well in this group, because in that 2-1 win against Croatia last time out, to make it 2 wins from 2, a goal in the 81st and a goal in the 89th minute from him, got Scotland all 3 points. 2 appearances, 2 goals for the under-21s. Certainly a player that has earned his place in this squad as the Lithuania players go to make their way out the tunnel. I don't know whether they've just had a look at the rain and decided to shelter underneath the tunnel for the time being, waiting for the Scotland players. But you'd think if they want to get something from this game, Lithuania, they'll need to impose themselves a bit more, Marcus.
Yeah, they will. Of course they will. They'll need to stop kind of playing the frustrating game and actually try and get the ball forward and try and see if they can get themselves more opportunities. But Scotland won't make that easier for them, and neither with the weather.
Well, that is Scotland making their way out the tunnel. As you can see, the conditions now at Tynecastle here in Edinburgh for this one, but I'm sure it won't dampen the spirits of this Scotland side, who are looking to make strides not only in this game but in the group. I can also give you a full-time result from another group game that was going on tonight. Czech Republic playing against Greece, and it was a 1-1 draw that finished. So that means that Greece are now up to 7 points and Czech Republic are now up to 4. Scotland currently, as it stands, with this game sitting at a 0-0 draw, will also be on 7 points and will remain in second place on goal difference. But if they can grab a winner here tonight, they will go top of the group. And what an incentive that is to come out in this second half and get something, as Lewis Ferguson stands over the ball and we get this second half underway. No changes for either side going into this second 45. And we're underway. Porteous to Billy Gilmore. Harvey back to Johnson, who looks up towards Fraser Hornby. He's flicked that one on. Lewis Ferguson looks to be the most advanced of that three-man midfield. He's trying to get on to those Fraser Hornby flick-ons, and that's maybe something that Scotland were missing in that first half when the ball was played up long to the number 9 and he was getting those flick-ons. There was no one really getting in beyond him to cause more danger.
No, you're absolutely right. So I think the thing here is they'll be going for goal, trying to get a goal quite early, I think, to control the game more. Andrew, I think that must be the incentive.
Well, noticeably, Lewis Ferguson is sitting a bit higher up as Scotland get a foul on the halfway line. It was George Johnson that was trying to stride forward, but he was hauled back. Nice 1-2 in there. Billy Gilmore sliding in and winning the ball. Scotland could have played on and will do now. Middleton. Daniel Harvey. Johnson, a good ball through to Fraser Hornby. He's flicked that one round the corner. Campbell out to Billy Gilmore, who's cropped up in lots of different positions tonight and has been fouled for the second time in a minute. He's asking the referee to look to his cards. Another foul by Marazas there, but it'll be just a free kick. He feels that he's been hard done by on more than one occasion, and he'll have his chance to put this one into a dangerous area. And it's fallen to Lewis Ferguson at the back post after Ryan Porteous headed it on. He keeps it in play. Ferguson trying to flick it through the legs of the Lithuania defender, and he's done well in that tight space to win a corner. Scotland getting forward early in this second half as the rain swirls round this Tynecastle pitch. Similar conditions last night at Capello for the Under-19s game. I think we said it was character building for these players.
Absolutely. I'm sure the Lithuanian boys have got a wake-up call with this weather.
Middleton. Well, it dropped in low to the feet of the players in the box there, but it has been cleared. These conditions just continuing to get worse. Safe to say I'm glad I'm sat up the back of the stand for this one.
You and me both.
In all fairness, I would be no use out on the pitch. Lithuania, first real chance to get bodies forward in this second half, and they can do it with Jankauskis on that far side, and the ball's just been overrun out of play, and Ross Doohan will have a chance to take this goal kick. Scotland once again starting the half the better side like they did in the first half. But they'll be hoping that it's a different end result to this half than it was the first. Ross Doohan with the long kick there. He's currently in his second season on loan at Ayr United from Celtic, when he's featured regularly for Scotland's youth teams all the way through the levels. Ferguson tackled there, and slightly optimistic of the Lithuanian player, thinking it was their throw-in, as Ross McCrory goes to take Gilmore round the corner. And Malacius looking to throw this one up the line. It's headed on by Ross McCrory. It can only go out of play. Well, neither side really seeming to be too affected by the rain as it hammers down on to the pitch here. Ball played forward by Scotland, well won in the air by Lewis Ferguson. Fraser Hornby uses his body well. Middleton now cuts in onto that right foot, tries to get it back to this left hand side for Hornby, just behind Alan Campbell, who was arriving in the box. But he gives it away to Tynecastle, and then it's cleared. And George Johnson just having to head that one out of play to stop any danger. Will be stopped because there was 3 balls on the pitch there. But you could see there just a few different Scotland players getting themselves into the box. Middleton, Hornby, Campbell. There was numbers up there. Just a couple of passes that weren't right on the money, and that is a reverse ball over, which looked good. Fraser Hornby certainly thinks that one was close. He appreciates the effort from the long ball. But the assistant on the far side adjudged that one to be offside. This Porteous, it's a nice clip over. Just didn't quite manage to time his run correctly there. And Scotland win a free kick in their own half. Daniel Harvey pushed to the ground. Johnston and Porteous, 2 players on this pitch that have seen a lot of the ball. And Gilmore dropping deep, and what a wonderful pass that is by Billy Gilmore over to Kyle Magennis. And it was flicked back through. Magennis trying to get on the return pass from Lewis Ferguson, but what about that pass by Billy Gilmore?
Fantastic pass, and Magennis was just unlucky there. It was just a little bit too powerful for him to get to, but it's a good chance.
What was that piece of magic that you were looking for in the first half, Marcus, that didn't quite arrive? It could be something like that, just a pass round the corner or a through ball that really sparks this game into life and gets Scotland the opportunity they need to take the lead.
Definitely, that's all it needs. It's clear to see that they are in control of the game, but it's just getting into that final third and finishing off.
Lithuania happy to hold on to the ball here as they flick it forward. Ryan Porteous having none of it though. Sisplaukas inside. It's now Stokunas who plays the ball into the middle of the park. It's back out here, Sisplaukas, and they've got a chance here. 2 men on this right hand side. Tynecastle plays it inside, and it opened up for the number 9 there. It was Justanis Marazas who had time and space on his left foot but just snatched at it.
Yeah, he did. It's a good opportunity for Lithuania, but there was pressure there from the Scotland defence running at him at full force.
Yeah, he was being closed down there by Daniel Harvey. Maybe that just put him off there as he went to try that strike. You could see what he was trying to do, open up his body and put it into that far corner. Maybe another chance here. Found a bit of confidence from that opening, and it's a poor touch by Ryan Porteous, and George Johnson does well to intercept. A clean challenge to win the ball back for Scotland. It could have been dangerous. Ryan Porteous just unable to sort himself out at the back there, but his defensive partner doing the work.
It's good to see that they're still switched on, even though that the ball's not exactly in the Scotland defence as much.
That's nice feet by Porteous there, forward to Hornby, and once again that flag goes up on the far side. The same combination, Porteous switching that ball forward to Fraser Hornby. This time he took it down well, and he did get a shot away, but the flag had already gone up. But he does deal with those long balls well, Fraser Hornby, just needing to keep himself on side. Minutes into this second half. Lithuania maybe thinking they can get an opening after the past couple of minutes where they've got forward. They look to play out from the back here. Uzela. Nice ball played into midfield, but Billy Gilmore was on Jankowskis like a flash. Didn't give him any time on the ball, and that's a loose pass as well, which gives Scotland back possession of the ball. In front of the Scotland dugout, McCrory. George Johnston. Hornby dropping deep this time to pick up the ball and try and make things happen. And it's in for Glenn Middleton, who makes his way into the box. It's flicked back towards him. And he's committed a foul there. Quick passing at the edge of the box from Scotland there, but just that final flick from Lewis Ferguson couldn't make its way back to Glenn Middleton and create a chance.
No, this is it. Middleton's another player that's looked as lively as Hornby today. He's got a replay just now. We had a chance here. He tried to play the 1-2 with Ferguson, but there was too much on it. Glenn Middleton, a very experienced player in these ranks when you look at what he's done for Rangers, featured regularly for them last season. 5 goals for them, including a goal away to Spartak Moscow in the Europa League. Steven Gerrard feeling that he'll benefit from some time on loan at Paul Heckingbottom's Hibs this season. He's featured off the bench predominantly for them so far this campaign. We see the long throw again from Lithuania. It's flicked on well. Ross McCrory trying to get forward here, skips by a challenge, and there was a slip there from the Lithuanian defender, and Magenis trying to break through, but crowded out well by Lithuania. They had the bodies in there, they just had to make sure that they couldn't let Kyle Magenis get onto that ball, because he saw the space, put the ball into it, tried to burst into the box, just unable to get onto it at the other side. We will see our first substitution of the match, and it will be Scotland that make the change. Lewis Ferguson will make way. A relatively quiet first half. Lewis Ferguson, of course, was nominated for the PFA Young Player of the Year in Scotland last season, and it will be the number 18 Connor McLennan that comes on, and that's maybe no surprise after what he achieved in his last outing for Scotland. As I mentioned earlier, 2 goals in that 2-1 win against Croatia, and a very different type of player from Lewis Ferguson, his Aberdeen teammate. And maybe Scott Gemmell thinking that he doesn't need that extra third man in midfield, and he wants Connor McLennan up there supporting Fraser Hornby. A more attacking player can play out in those wide positions. Looks as if he'll operate in that number 10 role from where he is at the moment.
as Billy Gilmore breaks away, clips the ball over towards Fraser Hornby, but the goalkeeper's out quickly to gather Krapikas, but maybe a statement of intent there from Scott Gemmell.
Yeah, indeed, a lot of encouragement there and showing that we need to shut up shop and go for a goal here and get the win. So addition to Hornby up top was only beneficial.
A belated happy birthday to Conor McLennan, turned 20 on Saturday, and I'm sure he'll like to celebrate that landmark with a goal here. That's a foul from George Johnson in the centre circle. Now Scotland, I'm sure, will be the happier side in terms of the amount of chances they've created in this game. Scott Gemmell clearly looking for more. As Johnston has to clear that one away. Well, of course, the Scotland Under-21 side, not the only Scotland side in action tonight. The senior side away to Russia in that Euro 2020 qualifier. And here's the lineup for that one. David Marshall starting in goal. Liam Palmer in at right back. Mikey Devlin making his Scotland debut as well. You've got John Fleck in there. He's been recalled to the Scotland squad straight into the starting lineup. Robert Snodgrass as well starts, and Oliver Burke taking the number 9 shirt for Scotland tonight. So best of luck to Steve Clarke and the senior side tonight as they take on Russia in the Luzhniki Stadium. But back to the action at Tynecastle. Scotland win the ball back, and maybe a chance here. Conor McLennan with a chance to stretch his legs for the first time, but he plays it out to McGennis. McCrory. Back to Gilmore. You see the amount of Scotland bodies that are in and around that box, but the final pass once again just not quite there. This time Billy Gilmore giving it away. Scotland do have the numbers back as well as Sisplaukis tries to cut inside. He's laid it off to the edge of the box, and it was Jankowskis there. Seemed determined to hit that one on his right foot. That one curls over the bar and away from Ross Doohan.
If they get that space, one of these times it's going to hit the target, and that's not exactly what we're wanting here. So I think they need to stay switched on at the back.
Well, Scotland could, of course, go top tonight if they get that win. Still 7 games after this to go in the group, but you can qualify from the group from second place if you're the best placed second place team out of the 9 groups. You qualify automatically to go to Hungary and Slovenia, and then the other 8 teams go into a playoff, and 4 of those sides will make the finals in 2021. Hungary and Slovenia, of course, already there as host nations. Scotland Under-21s haven't qualified for the European Championship since 1996. A long while now. Kyle McGennis has just turned on that far side, but he does well to battle the ball away from Jankowskis, and he's holding on to it. Did well just to shake off the challenge there. Maybe took a bit of a risk at the edge of his own box, but it worked out for him. Campbell now going through the back of the Lithuania player, and that will be a free kick. Just was too quick on Sisplaukis there.
I think it's looking like Stephen Kelly to come on as well, Andrew.
I think he is stripped, as you say, to come on, and this will be his debut at this level. He was in the previous squad but didn't play, Stephen Kelly, but he will come on for his first Under-21 appearance, and you can see why with the form he's in for his club. Stephen Kelly is on loan at Ayr United from Rangers. He'll come on for Kyle Magennis, and once again shuffling the pack. You'd think that Stephen Kelly will come into this central role and Conor McLennan will go out to that right hand side where Kyle Magennis was, but Scotland looking for a goal, and Stephen Kelly is a man who's got goals in him. The 19-year-old has 4 goals and 12 appearances for Ayr United this season, and a goal-scoring midfielder is clearly the route that Scott Gemmell is going down.
He's a playmaker, you know, he's one of these ones that can finish, but he also likes to make the play and set up goals, and he's definitely one for the future, Stephen Kelly.
Rangers certainly have high hopes for him. Signed a new long-term deal last season. There's a big connection between Rangers and Ayr as well, because he made his Rangers debut against Ayr in the Cup, and not only that, he played against Ayr's first team for Rangers reserves in pre-season and scored a hat-trick, and that is why Ian McCall, who was the manager at the time, felt like he was the man to bring to the club. And here he is now, skipping away from a couple of Lithuania players. McCrory to McLennan, now operating on this right hand side, but a foul is given. Maybe just overran it a bit there, Conor McLennan, and fouled his opponent in the process. Well, to go for a man that hasn't made any appearances at under-21 level and bring him on when you're chasing a goal, certainly Scott Gemmell must fancy Stephen Kelly's chances.
Well, he's seen something in training, he's obviously seen him for Ayr United, so he obviously knows what he's got in his locker.
Still nothing to show for it on the scoreboard though for Scotland.
Well, that's it, and it is down to victories and getting goals, and you can see that they're going for it now and they know they need it.
Kelly just trying to thread that ball through into the direction of Glenn Middleton, but it's landed at the feet of Tynecastle, who will be forced to pick this up because of the oncoming Fraser Hornby. Bit of a quieter half this for Fraser Hornby.
Yeah, he was very lively the first half. He was looking like a serious goal threat, but seems to have just dropped back a little bit. Nice pass between the lines there, but Scotland able to clear that. Conor McLennan has a man on him who makes a clean challenge, and that's out for a throw in. But I think maybe frustrating is the right word for Scotland so far in this one. Chances certainly in the second half few and far between. Fraser Hornby taking a bit of a sore one there, but he'll run it off. Scotland with a throw in high up the pitch. It's taken quickly. His body's in the box if McLennan decides to go that way. McCrory does, but can't get it past the first man. I think Lithuania has just became a bit more disciplined, and at the back they've not been making any little silly errors, and they've been working as a unit more.
They've done well to limit Scotland since the break. Conor McLennan back to Porteous. Now George Johnston. Campbell. Forward to Fraser Hornby, who's been popping up a few different positions today. That deep cross from Daniel Harvey was punched away by the goalkeeper. Looked as if he maybe could have caught that one, but he's punched it. And he's got the rub of the green because it's stayed in the possession of Lithuania. And Uzela goes back to the goalkeeper. Comes out to this right hand side. Stockinas gives the ball away. Campbell. I think Scott Gemmell will be a wee bit wary that some players maybe look as if they've run out of ideas at times. It's been a stubborn Lithuania defence in this second half. They haven't been giving much away in terms of chances.
No, it's not. It's not the same as the first half. I think you're absolutely right there. It's they've been more disciplined. They've been frustrating the Scotland side a little bit more, the Lithuanians, and I think they'll be happy with that.
Fraser Hornby closing Colonialists down well there, but it will be a throw to Lithuania, taken by Stokunas. Lithuania yet to shuffle the pack in this one. Donatas Venevicius, the manager for them tonight, as Conor McLennan flicks that one round the corner and is taken out late. And that was a yellow card shown there as well by Malasius. Ross McCrory just playing the ball through there to Conor McLennan. A nice flick round the corner. I think he would have done well to get round to it on the other side, but he drew the defender in, Titus Malasius. He's gone into the book. Scotland have a free kick out on this right hand side. Billy Gilmore being told to wait for the whistle, with Glenn Middleton also standing over it. Middleton offering an option down the line. Well, it looks like one off the training ground from Scotland, and it was Conor McLennan that was coming in at that far post, just unable to get a touch on it, but that was certainly one that they've rehearsed before.
Yeah, definitely. I think Middleton's he's had a good game, you know, as well. He's had a lot of creativity and wee flicks here and wee flicks there and good deliveries, so he's another player that's one to watch for the future.
Ball played towards Billy Gilmore, who gets up well. You think probably the smallest player on this pitch, certainly the youngest player in this Scotland squad as well, just 18 years of age, Billy Gilmore. Was voted revelation of the tournament at the Toulon tournament. And well, Scotland looking like they had a chance to break forward there, but Krzysztof Jakubik, the Polish referee, blowing up for a foul. Scotland yet to reap the rewards of the two changes they've made so far. Stephen Kelly and Conor McLennan coming off the bench. Lewis Ferguson and Kyle Mogenis, the two to make way, and there will be a first change from Lithuania coming up as well, as Conor McLennan flicks that ball inside. Campbell, Daniel Harvey, back to Alan Campbell. Got his first goal of the season for Motherwell a few weeks back. Scored the opening goal at Fir Park against Ross County in a game they went on to lose 2-1. McLennan spreads the ball wide to Ross McCrory. Middleton now operating on this right hand side, switched with Conor McLennan. McCrory does really well to win the ball back there, but just goes out of play. And this will be the first change for Lithuania. Justinas Mazarez is the man coming off, and it'll be Renatas Banavicius who comes on for them. The first time that they've looked to their bench to make any sort of change, and it's a change up top. They started with a front two, and it looks like a like-for-like change for them.
Yeah, they'll see this now as an opportunity. 20 minutes to go, it's 0-0, and can they grab a goal? That's exactly what they'll be thinking. Didn't really have any chances on goal, the number 9 Marazas. His replacement, we'll be hoping he can make the difference in this game. As the Lithuanian goalkeeper looks to go long. The rain yet to let up here at Tynecastle Park as the ball bounces out of play and into the stand.
McCrory throwing that one into Alan Campbell. Doesn't mind getting the ball in tight areas, Alan Campbell, but just couldn't find the pass through to Fraser Hornby. Gilmore skips away from his man. Finds Ross Doohan. Porteous to George Johnson. I'd love to know the statistic for the amount of passes that those two have played to each other tonight. Harvey clips the ball over the top for Conor McLennan, and it's maybe just skidded away from him on that surface. Maybe on a dry night that would have set up nicely for Conor McLennan. He went in for the challenge and he's given away a foul. Didn't look too happy with that decision there, the Aberdeen youngster. As we see the replay, it's a Lithuanian defender who just got across first and won the challenge there. Colonius. Well, around 15 minutes to go in this game so far.
It just needs that spark, doesn't it? It just needs that little moment from Scotland.
Well, it's yet to come, but plenty of flair, plenty of excitement on this pitch for Scotland. Maybe it's not been their night so far. Daniel Harvey trying to make something work down this left-hand side. Lithuania now doing the same down their right-hand side, but the ball is just overrun there by the substitute, Banavicius. His first involvement, unable to keep it in play. You just see how deep Billy Gilmore drops sometimes for such a young man. He takes on that responsibility in the midfield. He wants the ball, he wants to be the man to make things tick in the engine room for Scotland.
He's got a perfect mentor in Frank Lampard to learn that as well.
Well, we saw that when he started for Chelsea against Grimsby in that 7-1 win in the EFL Cup. Despite the fact he was playing with much more senior players, he was happy to be the man to take the ball in and make things happen. As he gets the ball from Ross McCrory's throw-in, Porteous. Alan Campbell now. Fraser Hornby dropping deep, which has allowed Campbell and others to make their way into the box. It's clipped over towards McCrory. Takes it down, flicks it over to Glenn Middleton. He's got three men on him, and that is a foul. It's gone down. And a free kick in a dangerous area. A very similar position that he had a free kick in the first half. For left-footed, he played it over the wall and was palmed away by the Lithuania goalkeeper. It'll be interesting to see who takes this one.
Yeah, he's trying to claim it himself. Hornby was over there as well, but it's looking like Middleton will take it.
He was running into a crowd there. The Rangers youngster on loan at Hibs. And he's put the ball down again. A carbon copy, really, of that first half free kick. It's looking to go one better. It was heading for the top corner, but Krapikas managed to get across. He's positioned himself in the middle of the goal. He's maybe expecting similar from the 19-year-old. It's going to be another strike from Glenn Middleton, and this time he's unable to hit the target. That one over the bar. And more, you can see the frustration from Glenn Middleton there. You start to wonder if it's going to be Scotland's night. Will that goal, will that golden chance come? Certainly wasn't it there.
His expression said it all, done it.
Maybe one of those ones as well that the likes of Ryan Porteous and George Johnson up from the back. A bit frustrated not to see that one thrown in to the middle of the box. The referee telling Krapikas to get on with it. Hornby now heads it across to McLennan. Great touch from Conor McLennan. Tries to find the ball across the front. There was just too much on it, just too far ahead from Fraser Hornby for him to get anything on it. A good play by Conor McLennan. A great first touch to stride past his man. And maybe that touch as he got into the box just caught up on his feet. Unable to fire one across for Hornby. Well, if Scotland do make another change, it won't be the last throw of the dice. You can make more than 3 substitutions in this competition. So there is still a chance for the likes of Lewis Smith, Ewan Henderson to come on. Middleton, back to goal, crowded out. McCrory chips that one forward. He's not had any real chances to venture into the box from that right back spot tonight, Ross McCrory. He was frustrated as he tried to there. Harvey, good ball down the line for Conor McLennan. Holds off his man well. He's unable to keep it in though. Goal kick to Lithuania. Conor McLennan trying to impose himself on the game so far. Stephen Kelly's not seen too much of the ball since he came off the bench. Harvey heads it forward. Campbell loses out in the aerial challenge and it comes towards the Scotland defence again. Jankowskis back inside. Jankowskis making that run. He felt he was held back by Daniel Harvey. The assistant said no, and that will be a free kick to Scotland. George Johnston wiped out after he cleared the ball there. So substitute Banavicius just a bit too eager to try and get a foot in. Gilmore up well in the midfield. McLennan, good work with bodies around him, and the ball spread very well by Stephen Kelly out to that right hand side. Glenn Middleton now with another chance to try and run at these Lithuania defenders, and he does brilliantly to get past his man. Glenn Middleton cuts it back to the edge of the box and Stephen Kelly's there, and it's well saved by Krapikis. Stephen Kelly, we talked about the goal threat he has from that midfield. 4 goals for Ayr United so far this season on loan from Rangers, and with Glenn Middleton doing some great work down that right hand side and cutting the ball back to him. Maybe just not the cleanest of strikes, not enough power on it, and gathered up by the goalkeeper, who's now down injured, but a good chance there for Scotland.
Definitely, Middleton's looked lively the whole game, and he took that ball down the right and cut in perfectly there, and it's just unfortunate that Kelly couldn't slot home, but it was a wee bit of magic there that we needed, just never got the full magic, Andrew.
Well, that's the type of position he can pop up in. Stephen Kelly, we've seen him for Ayr United this season. He's scored free kicks, he scored from outside the box, that one just inside. Came at him across the wet surface, tried to side foot it past the goalkeeper, but just didn't quite get the power or the accuracy required to beat Krapikis, who looks to be getting to his feet now after being attended to by the Lithuania physios. But not too much movement on that Scotland bench now, as it's a drop ball for the Lithuanian goalkeeper, and they can start from the back. We've talked about Glenn Middleton's directness in this game so far, and that was probably his best piece of play in the game so far, squeezing past that defender down on that right hand side and getting into the box.
Definitely, it was magical. It's nice to see that. He's always got something in his locker. He's one of the players that you always need to keep your eye on if you're a defender as well, because he's lively and he doesn't stop running, and I think he showed that there at the 81st minute. He's still producing.
Kelly looking towards that back post, and well, Krapikis in that Lithuanian goal looks to have recovered quickly from that knock he took. No qualms about going up there and catching that one. Glenn Middleton was in behind trying to cause him a problem. Gilmore, high ball towards Fraser Hornby, who deals with it well, but it's bouncing up awkwardly at him. Gilmore out wide to Glenn Middleton. Cuts onto that left foot once again. Can't find Stephen Kelly at the edge of the box. And Ross McCrory is going to have to use his pace to get back there. But Lithuania looking as if they're sitting quite a bit deeper now. With 6 minutes to go, I think they'll be quite happy to come away with a point from this game after 2 defeats on the trot for them.
I think they'll be delighted with a point, actually. It's the way the game's been going.
Hornby heads down to Alan Campbell, just slipped as he went to take his shot there. I think Hornby's offside, he is. Bounced favourably to him, just outside the 6-yard box, but he wasn't expecting it. He hadn't got himself back onside. As we see this again, Campbell just couldn't keep his feet on the ground as he went for the shot. Rebounded off Glenn Middleton. And Fraser Hornby, who has looked like a man that can cause Lithuania danger, just hasn't managed to test the goalkeeper enough. Johnston, Harvey. Back to Johnston, and Lithuania's shape looking good here. There's 2 banks of 4. With the substitute Banavicius just sitting in behind the lone striker now. Harvey back to Stephen Kelly, who's had Scotland's best chance of the second half. McCrory. Middleton. Once again cuts inside, clips it in towards Fraser Hornby, who just couldn't get the right touch on it as he tried to chest it down. It was maybe an awkward height for him, and he shakes his head there because he knew that was an opportunity to take the ball down and try and get something on target, try and test this Lithuanian goalkeeper. Harvey. Shot blocked, and there's an injury there now. One of those ones where 2 players almost sort of kick the ball at the same time. Well, both sides going for what could be a final throw of the dice here. The first for Scotland, Alan Campbell making his way off the pitch, and it'll be Ewan Henderson to come on, the Celtic youngster who's on loan at Ross County. This is his first appearance at under-21 level. Of course, his brother made plenty of appearances for the under-21s. 9 for Liam Henderson, who's now playing in Italy. But Ewan up at Dingwall this season. Well, Marcus, as we have this stoppage in play, who would you say has been your Scotland man of the match tonight?
My man of the match has got to be Glenn Middleton. I thought he's been fantastic. Yeah, he's been strong first half, strong second half. He's putting deliveries into the box. He's been creative. And you can see he's been a leader as well on the park. You know, he's been guiding the boys on, and he's, I've said before, he's a promising youngster, and he's one for the future.
Well, he has created a couple of good opportunities for Scotland tonight in the first half. Cut in from the left-hand side and played one across to Fraser Hornby. And in the second half, cut that one back to Stephen Kelly at the edge of the box. But Kelly couldn't get the shot past the goalkeeper. Scotland just giving the ball back to Lithuania there after they put the ball out of play for their own injury. Kelly. Harvey, Ewan Henderson trying to get forward with his first touch, just unable to take it in on the turn. Good play there. And the ball nearly spread out wide by Ewan Henderson. Tried to find Glenn Middleton on that right hand side as he was advancing into the box. Stopped in his tracks though. McLennan. Past his man. The cross can't get past him though. Henderson wins a corner. Had 3 Lithuanian players around him. Well, Scotland looking to make something happen. Just over a minute left of normal time, and a final substitution here for Lithuania as well, and it's going to be Jankauskis, who abides by the new rules and goes off at the nearest point of the pitch, just behind the goal. No time wasting allowed from the referee, and it'll be Pajis Service who comes on. Ball whipped into the box, the back post headed away though. Johnston with a strong challenge in there, but it's not going to help Scotland because it will be a goal kick. And Scott Gemmell will maybe be wondering why they haven't managed to get that goal tonight.
Definitely. That's the only thing that they've missed, is that little spark at the final third to get the goal. And in terms of possession, in terms of creative play, it's clear to see that Scotland's been dominating that. So they'll be annoyed and they'll be frustrated that they've not took 3 points tonight.
Still time to go though, waiting to see how much injury time there will be. And there is a good chance for Scotland here because there will be 5 additional minutes. But also a chance for Lithuania as they twist and turn in the box.
Important clearance there from McLennan.
5 more minutes for Scotland to try and hold on to that 100% record that they've got into the group so far. 2 games, 2 wins. They've not done the business so far tonight. Still time here at Tynecastle. Stephen Kelly shrugs off his man, Middleton. That is a good challenge down by Malasius in the left back position for Lithuania. Halting Glenn Middleton, who'll leave the throw in for Ross McCrory. Gilmore went down under the challenge. He wanted a free kick. The assistant on that far side giving a throw in to Lithuania instead, as the clock ticks down here at Tynecastle. Well, with the way the group stands, a draw, not the end of the world, of course, for Scotland. Still plenty of games to play. 7 after this one. Scotland would still be second in the table, just behind Greece on goal difference, who also drew against the Czech Republic tonight. But after such a good win against Croatia last time out, I feel that we could have got more from this. Fraser Hornby doing well, quick feet at the edge of the box, and he's gone down holding his foot. Hooks in Payne as he's back to his feet, just out of shot there. Kelly, Ewan Henderson, Harvey, Ross McCrory has sort of dropped into this central defensive position, and Ryan Porteous is up there now, playing as a striker alongside Fraser Hornby, and he's flicked the ball down for him. Just couldn't get to him. Middleton now has a goal from distance. Too many bodies in front of him for that one to go on target. He wins a throw in. Billy Gilmore just a bit of afters there, was nudged, and it's flicked on, and it looked maybe as if there was going to be an opening for Ewan Henderson there, but it wasn't to be.
They had us on the edge of our seat there for a wee moment, didn't they?
Ryan Porteous making his way back to centre back after his venture up front. But with a couple of minutes to go, I wouldn't be surprised to see him back up there as Scotland try to grab this winner. Defensive work to do first. A good challenge there by Ross McCrory. Middleton, space to run into, cuts inside, plays it to Stephen Kelly at the edge of the box. He can strike them from here. It takes a deflection, and that one will go out for a goal kick. The last touch coming off a Scotland shirt, says the referee. I think it maybe hit a couple of bodies on the way through there. I think it was Fraser Hornby that got the last touch, maybe Conor McLennan. Both were in there. Can Scott Gemmell's side create that one final chance to get all 3 points tonight? Harvey has options. Ewan Henderson coming short, but going away, decides to play it towards Fraser Hornby, and he just jumps into the back of the Lithuanian player there. Stokunas stood his ground, and Hornby went for it, nudged him in the back as time ticks on. Lithuania maybe looking for a final chance of their own. Daniel Harvey down in this left back position will just clear. Stays in play now. Kelly. Dangerous position here for Lithuania as they break into the box, and the pass wasn't quite there. But danger signs late on for Scotland. They'll be thankful that didn't come to anything, but the full-time whistle is sounded here at Tynecastle on what it must be said is a frustrating night for Scotland. Glenn Middleton created chances for Scotland tonight, couldn't find the back of the net. They had their opportunities, quite a few in the first half, limited in the second half. The best of those was Stephen Kelly's effort from the edge of the box. Fraser Hornby put himself about, a big physical presence up there. Better first half than second half, you would say. The Lithuanian players, you can see the smiles on their faces there. They're happy with the shift they've put in. They've got themselves a point. They move on to 4 points in this group. Level with Croatia. Scotland up to 7 points, unable to capitalise on Greece's draw earlier on. Both sides sit on 7 points. Scotland's goal difference just worse off. But you can see the heads are down on those Scotland players as they make their way down the tunnel. Not the result they wanted tonight.
No, not at all. And I think, as you see with the Lithuanian team there, the smiles, that they're actually delighted that they came here. They've got themselves a draw. Their game plans worked in the second half. Their goalkeeper put in a great shift, but it just was not to be for Scotland.
Well, 1 point apiece here at Tynecastle. We'll have a look at the action in this game so far to see where it didn't quite click for Scotland tonight. And well, here was a chance for Lithuania. It was Jankowskis with that effort, which curled over the bar. Glenn Middleton, his second free kick of the night. The first one in the first half was a better effort on target that was beaten away. This one over the bar, not troubling at all. And then a chance here, Conor McLennan striding forward, trying to cut that one across. Unable to find Fraser Hornby in the middle, and then here we go, the big chance of the second half. Great play by Glenn Middleton, shifted it onto his right foot. Stephen Kelly, a position he likes to take up, arriving at the edge of the box, just unable to get his foot on that one. And here we can see it again. Good strength, low centre of gravity from Glenn Middleton. Cut the ball back. Just no power on it from Stephen Kelly. Well, that is it from Edinburgh tonight. The Under-21s drawing 0-0 tonight, but they are now off to the Czech Republic to continue their quest to qualify for the 2021 finals in Hungary and Slovenia. The senior squad are in action very shortly away to Russia. You can catch myself again on Saturday as the Scotland Under-19s take on Andorra in Dumbarton in their second qualification game, looking to make up for that draw against Belarus last night. We'll be bringing live coverage from 11:50 AM, and you can watch that live on the Scotland National Team YouTube, Twitter and Facebook pages, as well as BBC Sport Online. Good night.